Hello everyone, this is J000, and today I'm bringing you a Gunpla custom review of the Gundam Thrones Eins and Zwei. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I know it's German. I had this custom in mind for a very long time once I first saw the Gundam Thrones. So, hopefully you'll enjoy it. Introducing Gundam Throne Blut. And hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Blut means blood in German. So, if you try and understand what I'm going with, I'm not sure how well the camera's picking it up, but this is supposed to be a flat coat red. Although it does kind of look cherry. Some of the paint is coming off because I didn't throw a second coat on. I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. So, hopefully you forgive me. But as you kind of see, I kind of reversed how the fangs were stored with the sword and the. I want to say that was the shield of the Eins. I could be wrong though. But I also gave him the rifle of the Eins and the Bazooka, or I'm sorry, the Mega Beam Particle Cannon, whatever it's called. So yeah. I had to do a lot of taping and painting with this kit. It's the first time I ever had to do that. But as you can see, I kind of did bring this out a lot better than what normally it wouldn't have been. You know, with the gunmetal gray here, the yellow, and the fangs. So yeah. I didn't figure out, I didn't know a way to actually, how to cut these, remove these, so I could take them out one by one, and then store them back, so I didn't mess with that. Somebody probably has, but I'm not. I also flipped the way the beam sabers were stored, because the way they are originally stored, they're stored more of, like this. Which I didn't understand how the thrones were supposed to grab them. So I figured, you know, if I put them like so, they'd be a lot easier to grab. And as you're going to see here, this is the beam saber from the Double Bullet, H2 Double Bullet. And they work just fine. So now this guy actually has beam sabers for it. Although the Thrones don't use the beam sabers, except for the eyes, he had to use it one time. But I figure, you know, keep the beam sabers there because there's a slot for them, and you know, you never have enough weaponry. The sword was the most difficult part of the masking and painting. I used flat coat white primer for the sword because it comes in like this two shade, like one blade was like white and the other blade here was like tannish. So I fixed that up. I did paint this one side gray because it shows it on the box of that being like a little darker. I probably should have painted it silver or something, but I didn't have silver on me at the time. But I did screw up on the paint job. I thought I didn't tape this up, but yeah. And let me just show you what it looks like with its sword. The kit doesn't come with an open hand, even though it shows this guy having an open hand. So I grabbed the open hand, from like an extra open hand from one of the Double O kits and just slapped it on there. So yeah. He's currently missing his faceplate. I like somehow lost it while I was home, and I guess I never decided to fix it. Another thing that I kind of did is open this up. I left this here. I know it's supposed to be like a thing that originally charges this up, But what I actually decided to change the idea of this being is an electrical whip and everything. And that this thing here has extra GN particles for the bazooka. This is probably going to come off some of the times, but I also changed the back arm of this kit because the original arm, I mean, yeah, it did hold the bazooka and everything, but I just didn't like it because now I can at least go back here. Like, I could do a bunch of different things that the other one couldn't. Because it was more of a, how to say, swing this way and that. But now I made it so it could bend down and everything. Just a little more articulation for it. Now let me give you the backstory behind the Gundam Throne Blut. As we all know, Alias Sanchez, he survived the explosion against the Lock-on Stratus, because I guess the blast hit him technically below the belt instead of the cockpit area. But we do know he was severely damaged. But we don't know how damaged he was. So I want to say he probably wasn't damaged that much. So he probably, like, I don't know, got back on his feet in like a year or something. And we know 00 or Team Celestial Being, they've been disappeared for like 4 years. So that means roughly, I want to say 3 years are in between from when they reappeared and everything. So what I had in mind, Ribbons Almar contact Alias Sanchez, because we do know Ribbons likes Alias Sanchez, because he finds him to be different. And he decides to make a few modifications of the throne Zwei with equipment from the Eins that was left over from when Alias Sanchez destroyed it. And he gave him this to pilot until he can actually give Alias Sanchez his main mobile suit we see in season 2. So I'll give you a little height comparison. We'll have him stand right next to the Exia Striker.
He really does.
The Rising Curios. Phil Stan. There we go. And finally, of course, from last week, the Buster Virtue. Give me a second to back this up. So currently not bad. The only one I gotta do now is, of course, the Dynamis, which hopefully I will be able to do sometime in the near future. Hopefully before June. Okay, that's gonna be my deadline. So you'll see him soon. It's just, like I said, I have this great idea for a custom I don't want to screw up.
For the most part, it's a lot
So yeah,
simpler.
thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.